welcome to Soul Symbols. My name is Shelly. I'm a writer, an astrologer, and a card reader, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. I'd like to wish you happy Thursday. It is National Pokemon Day. And it's funny, I did not watch the cartoon show of Pokemon very much growing up, but I definitely enjoyed the movie a whole lot, and I have a lot of friends who are big fans of the series. And so what I decided to do was, it's actually a little bit of a story of, for my birthday, again, I liked the movie so much, I really feel like Detective Pikachu is my spirit animal, because he's like addicted to coffee and he's analytical, and it's, you know, the actor who plays him is, you know, just absolutely sarcastic in a kid-friendly way. So I adored the movie, and I wanted the little figurines that came with it. So for my birthday, my family got me the 2 little figurines, and by getting the figurines, it came with a bunch of cards. And of course, the 2 things that I love the most is I love cards and I love, you know, figurines of my favorite characters. But what I did is I decided to go ahead and do a card reading with Pokemon playing cards. And why are we doing this? Because we can, right? I read dice, I read charms, I read anything. So I read playing cards, so I can read playing cards for games. And actually all of these cards are from the movie. They came with the sets from my 2 Detective Pikachu, my 2 coffee-loving Pikachus. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and let you choose one of 4 different placeholders. And I was so lucky, I actually have a coworker who had the characters, and these are actually erasers, which I think is adorable. It's like twofold, because you don't see erasers much anymore, right? This is like I'm feeling my own childhood here, because you never see little cutesy erasers. So what we have is we have 4 characters from the Pokemon series. We have a Squirtle, we have a Bulbasaur, we have an Eevee, and it's so funny. Just on a side note, a long time ago when well, not that long ago, when Pokemon Go first came out, I went out to dinner with a few of my friends, and we thought for sure it was a fancy restaurant that served crab cakes here in where I live, and I thought for sure there wouldn't be any Pokemon in the restaurant, and we turned the phone on and there was like an Eevee on the table. It was great, and I'll even show you. There was a great picture from it, but that was my introduction to Pokemon Go. But we have an Eevee, and then we have a Charmander. So in a minute, I'm going to let you choose from one of your characters. As always, the timestamps are in the description box below if you'd like to jump straight to your reading. But what I will do is after you choose your Pokemon, I'll go ahead and pull 2 cards, and we're just going to basically see what your energy is for the day. And these are really wonderful cards. Again, these cards are the backs of them look like the regular playing game, but they are all movie related. They are all related to the movie Detective Pikachu, and there's really cool very cool images in there. I was actually doing a trial run with it. I was testing it out to see how it worked, and I got Mewtwo, so I was feeling kind of badass. But we're going to do that in just a minute. As an added bonus, and this is something that I haven't done in a while, I like to hand sew bags. Not hand sew, but I use a sewing machine. And what it is that a lot of my card bags I make, and I wanted to do something special for the day. So in honor of the day and to do something kind of special, I am up to 44 subscribers, and I am so grateful for every single one of you, that I'm going to go ahead and I have made a a Pokemon card bag. And it is fully lined. It has it's color coordinated. It's got the little characters right on front, you know, and it's got ribbons for strings. And to sweeten the deal, I am going to go ahead and throw in 2 packs of Pokemon playing cards. We've got Pokemon Sun and Moon Burning Shadows, And we got, ooh, as I drop it, Pokemon just Sun and Moon. So this is a giveaway, all of it together, the card bag and the 2 packs of cards. If you would like to enter to win, you do not need to be a subscriber to enter to win. Just go ahead and leave a comment. And what I will do is, after about a week or so, once we have more than a couple entries, because I know I'm still kind of a new channel, once we have more than a couple entries, I will reply to your comment and I will ask you to please email me. And when you email me, I will go ahead and if you feel comfortable, I will get your address information where I can send you all of this. And this is a giveaway, so again, you don't have to subscribe, just leave a comment. It can be an emoji, it can be, no, please keep it clean. No peaches or eggplants, thank you, okay? Just, a thumbs up or a hi or a heart, or I don't know if we have any Pokemon emoji, but go ahead and just leave me a happy emoji to let me know that you like the read, and that will enter you to win. And once I have more than 2 to 3 entries, I will go ahead and randomly pick a name and I will contact you. And anyone who needs to contact me, I have a separate email address. It is soulsymbols.yt@gmail. So if anybody, I do have previous giveaways. If anybody needs to contact me, it's soulsymbols.yt for YouTube at gmail. But I will stop blabbering, and you can tell I'm excited. I'll go ahead and freeze frame. I'll give you about 10 seconds. If you need more time, please pause the video and choose your Pokemon, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. So let's go ahead and we will start with Squirtle. Focus, please. You know what? I think it's because it's a blue background and he's blue. So let me do this. I will go ahead and move our other Poke players up to the top. They'll be under the careful eye of my 2 Detective Pikachus. All right. So Squirtle, we're going to pull 2 cards to see what is your energy. What is your energy? What should be our focus today, National Pokemon Day? Okay. So Squirtle people. My Squirtle folks, there's definitely some water cards in this deck too. Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh, Scout. All right, and one more card, please. Just one, please. Clarify Scout. Okay, I'm gonna go with what's on top here. Oh, cool. All right, so I'll go ahead and let you see. The first card you got Detective Pikachu, and you got Scout, and it says your opponent reveals their hand. And then the other one is you got Mad Champ, and you got Directing Traffic. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. So what I'm feeling here, your energy of the day is you are having a organized day, guys. I think first off, if you watch my channel, you'll know that I'm also an astrologer. So I'll just put the astrologer hat on for 2 seconds. We are in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, and Mercury retrogrades make things very murky. It just seems like a lot of problems kind of sprout up, and I think you're managing very well. I think now that we're halfway through it, I think what you're doing is you're checking and double checking, and you're analyzing things. You're making sure all your ducks are in a row and that there's no mistakes anywhere. And I think you're helping to keep other people very organized. Like you're directing traffic. You see there, you're like, okay, just because everyone's dazed and confused, we're not going to have a 12-car pileup, right? You go first, then you go, then you. So I think you're handling this energy very well. I can also say, just from the astrology side, now is a very good time to revisit things that did not get fixed from the past. If you've had some kind of long-standing problem, now is the time to tackle it, because retrogrades, I always say anything that begins with RE, return, recycle, reuse, revisit, I've noticed that things that I lost a million years ago always seem to resurface during a Mercury retrograde, and it is in the sign of Pisces, so that's a very sensitive sign, and it doesn't surprise me because Squirtle's kind of a water sign. He does kind of remind me a little bit of a Piscean energy. So it can definitely be feelings related, but I have a feeling this feels kind of work and family related. I just think that you're keeping everybody on track, and you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's and making sure that nothing goes wrong. And honestly, during this kind of time, it is better twice than not at all, because if you have to send paperwork or double check, definitely double check everything to make sure it's correct. And that will, I have a feeling that you being meticulous like that, or you being careful, I want to say, like you really double checking, is avoiding more damage. I think you're doing damage control, like you're making sure that, there's no traffic jams, or, that no one else gets affected by all of the confusion. All right, guys, that's fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let me do this. I'm going to put you right on top here, and I'm going to go ahead and keep your 2 here. And why don't we do this? I'll put you here. Well, no, I'll put you there. Sorry. And I'll move my 2 Pikachus back. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll go to our second one. And oh my gosh, I have a soft spot for this guy here. Okay, so those who picked pile 2, or you picked Pokemon 2, Bulbasaur. He's such a cute, happy little guy. And he's so organic too. I'm sorry, I know I'm not being very eco-friendly in this read, but he seems great. All right, so let's get 2 cards. But my Bulbasaur people. Oh, that came right out. Did you see it? My Bulbasaur people, what are the energies for your National Pokemon Day? My Bulbasaur people, what is your energies for National Pokemon Day? 1 more card, please. Sorry. So OCD. Don't mind me. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let me go ahead and get a beat on this. Okay. Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm getting a story here, guys. Okay, first off, you got Ditto, which is copy anything, choose one of your opponent's Pokemon attacks and use this attack. And then you got Play Rough, which is flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. So I have a feeling, guys, oh my gosh, this is the vibe I'm getting, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say it like I think it. I think you are a very nice guy. I think you are a nice person, male, female, whatever. And you see how he almost has kind of like a little bit of a grin, like not an evil grin, but I think that you are a nice guy all the time and a nice person. I don't think that you never really dig in. I get a feeling like you normally let people kind of just not walk all over you, but you kind of let a lot of things slide. And I think today in particular, you're feeling a little bit scrappy. And what you're doing is you're kind of meeting fire with fire. You're kind of going like, okay, I'm a very go with the flow person, right? Like I'm even looking at the outline. You see how it looks kind of similar? The shape of it just seems kind of like just something about the little spoke there and the spoke on the bulb there. I have a feeling that you normally very much go with the flow, and here what you're doing is I think you're almost mirroring someone or a situation, and today you're just kind of feeling like, okay, if you're going to be tough, I'm going to be tough. And this is really, I'm getting a feeling like this is not your normal temperament, but you're almost kind of enjoying, taking on that role. I feel like you're almost kind of playing a role, like you've ever heard of actors when they get into their character? Sometimes it feels a little liberating to kind of not be the bad guy, but be the tough guy. Maybe if you always let things slide and instead of doing it, you're kind of mirroring. I also feel like maybe you're taking the example of someone else. Maybe there's someone else in your life. It could be a parent or a sibling or a friend or, even a spouse. And this person's naturally kind of like a take no crap kind of person. And I think you're kind of emulating that. You're like, okay, let me toughen up. Let me try this role and see, okay, can I be a tough guy? Can I be a hard ass, right? So I really do think that, a hard butt. I'm sorry, I shouldn't curse. I think this video will probably be a made for kids one. But, well, I'll put an age restriction. You have to be 13 or older. But I think that's the energy of your day. I think you're normally a very easygoing person. And I think today, and again, they're both pink. I'm getting a lot of pink, and again, the mirroring of this, it looks like the pink is here and the pink is here, and then it's like opposite. I think you're really mirroring someone, and I think you're trying on the role. You're trying on the role of being kind of tough today, and I think you're enjoying it too. Again, just something about that smile is just kind of like, I like this, right? Maybe I'll be tougher moving forward, right? So guys, I think that is your energy today, and that's really awesome. I mean, hey, sometimes it's good to kind of try out those feelings, and if you like it, make it a regular thing. No one's saying you have to be, Mr. Nice Guy all the time. All right, so we're moving right along. Let's go ahead and go to our Pokemon number 3, which is also one of my favorites. I really do love them all. But you got Eevee. And so our Eevee people, what are your energies for today? What are your energies for today? What is my Eevee's people's energy for the day? Okay, this one is kind of sticking out. I'm going to go ahead and go with it because it really does kind of pop. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we'll go with that one first. Oh, thank you. That one came out right after. Oh my gosh. I have quite a few. I have a few I really lucked out. I think the universe knew that I love me some Detective Pikachu. But you got both Detective Pikachus, guys. So, and what I'm noticing the most is that the coloring in this too, the colors in the cards and the colors in the Eevee are very similar. It looks similar. She looks so fluffy. She looks so cute. But you got Coffee Break and you got Brilliant Decision. And I think your energy today is, I think you're having a very pensive day. Well, I think you're having an energetic and pensive day, because the other thing about Eevee is that doesn't she look cute? She almost looks like a little deer, or she looks like she could jump around like a gazelle. She looks kind of happy. And I think the fact that, that you're getting coffee here, and then, the next one is Brilliant Decision, I think, the Coffee Break, if you're playing the game, the Coffee Break is heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. And the Brilliant Deduction is look at the top 4 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So what I'm seeing here is that I think you're having a very I think you're having one of those kind of fun days. Have you ever had, I know this is so hard to describe, have you ever had one of those, it's like a Sunday, where you have nowhere to go, but the day is yours, and you might have slept in, but then you go and you get your coffee and then you get all energized. I have a feeling that this is your energy of the day. I think you're a naturally very positive and kind of bouncy person. I think you do need your downtime though to recoup. And I'm getting a strong vibe as if it's that kind of day. Like you got a good night's rest, and then you were still kind of quiet as you were sitting down to your coffee. And then as you're drinking your coffee, you have this brilliant idea, right? Either that or you were thinking about something today, and all of a sudden you just got the epiphany, like poof, oh, okay, Vampirion, no, I'm kidding. But or Flareon. I'm sorry, I'm thinking Flareon. But I think you totally had one of those moments where you were just kind of relaxing and kind of pondering and thinking about a situation. You were kind of healing. You got a good night's sleep, and then you sat down and really got a chance to enjoy your coffee. And then while you were thinking, you were like, ooh, that's the solution. Or I also think that this might be kind of a creative thing. It's so funny. Just yesterday, I let my mind blank out, and I got this really wonderful idea for a sewing project, and it just came to me out of the blue. So I really feel like it's that kind of energy. As you were just kind of leaning back and kind of, chillaxing, taking care of yourself, I think all of a sudden you get this wonderful epiphany, or you get this wonderful creative idea. It could be for a craft project, it could be for an idea for school, or maybe it was just a solution, a really positive solution to a problem. But I think that's your energy for the day, guys. And I think this is naturally kind of your energy, but you did. I think you have a moment today that just really was like, ooh, I love the expression. He's like, ooh, that's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. All right, guys, so that's your energy for today. That's really wonderful. I like that pile. I like that animal. I'm really curious. I usually wait a few days, and after a few days and after I've done a few other videos, I don't entirely forget, but I don't readily remember which piles were which. So I like to go in a few days later and pick a pile with you. So I rewatch my own videos. I entertain myself. I'm glad that I find myself entertaining. But I wonder which pile I'll get. And I do try to be impartial too. I know sometimes you are drawn to your favorite Pokemon or maybe the color, but then there are times that sometimes there's that gut instinct that just pulls on you that says, here, pick this one, pick this one. All right, so we're going to move on. One other caveat, guys, is that if this is a universal reading, so it doesn't have to be, February 27th or National Pokemon Day for you to get a message from this reading. If you come across this at some other time, by all means, there might be a message contained. So, in the card reading world, we call that a universal reading. So, definitely, guys. All right, last but certainly not least, we have Charmander. And oh my gosh, I think it's so great that all of these are the beginning energies. And is it the 4 elements? It is the 4 elements. Oh my God. Sorry, guys, I should know better. This is, this. Why am I now just putting that together? Don't mind me. It's been a long day, guys. Don't mind me. But we have water, earth. We have, water, earth. I don't know if you can consider Eevee air. We could color air, and then fire. We'll do that. Let's just, we'll keep it fair. All right. I know there's different definitions in the Pokemon world. You even have, you have different variations. I think the ombres, there's quite a few of them that are really cool. All right, my Charmander peeps, what's your energy for the day? Charmander, what's your energy for the day? My Charmander people. Let's see if it comes back out. I see it. What's my energy for my Charmander people? Oh, thank you. Ooh, okay, that was on the bottom of the deck a minute ago. Oh, this is so great. I'm sorry, guys. I was really lethargic coming home today, and I think I'm going to start throwing Pokemon cards for myself just because I'm enjoying this. I'm getting excellent reads from this. Oh my gosh. I owe you guys charms, but shoot, we have to do this again sometime. All right, so my Charmander people, you got, the first card is you got some Psyduck, and you got Panic. You got Panic. And I'm getting a real Nine of Swords vibe from this, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And then the other one is you got Jigglypuff, and you got Healing Melody. Heal 10 damage. So, and the Panic one is your Pokemon are now confused, which is me on any given day. I'm a side up girl. But what I'm feeling is that I feel like, and again, Charmander being a real energetic, I think of wands and I think of fire people. Like I think of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And for the record, guys, astrologer hat on just for a second. Venus has been going through Aries, the sign of Aries. So, and you know, a lot of the other transits have been through Capricorn. So a lot of my Aries peeps, you are feeling like an awakening right now. Like you feel like you've been like you're popping out of a box. You know, you feel like you're coming alive again. Like this is really kind of a personal springtime for you, where you're actually feeling your energy again. But the only thing that I see when I think of fire is that you have all this energy, but sometimes you don't really have a temper on it. Like that's just the nature of fire signs. If I said air a minute ago, I'm sorry, that I don't know where that came from. That's the nature of fire signs, though. They go and go and go until they drop. And not even then, right? They still keep on going. You just keep on going. And what it is all of that energy, you feel so excited to let it out, but it is kind of like a rocket. It's like like a bottle rocket. It goes off and kind of, you don't really know when to slow down or to rest. I'm sorry, that is due. Yeah, hold on a minute. Okay, loud car, don't mind me. Okay. Oh, thank you, dude. Oh gosh. I have that is my friendly neighborhood dude with no muffler. He really does have a muffler, but what it is it's a modification on his souped up Camaro. And he audio bombs my readings all the time, but that's dude. Anywhere. And the irony that he's coming through right as I'm talking about like fire. All right. I'm in a good mood. He's not even annoying me today. I don't care. But so yeah, so fire peeps, you guys go and go and go and go, right? And sometimes it's because that energy feels so good, right? It's almost like, you like a horse that's been let out of the paddock to run, you gotta run, right? You've been cooped up too long. But sometimes you really, when you let loose, you really let loose, and you don't take as much time for self-care, or you don't slow down enough to wonder if what you're doing is. The other thing is, fire is a lot of action taking, and sometimes when you take so much action, it's almost like I forget the law where every action results in an equal reaction. It's like the force and the energy you put out into the universe always kind of echoes back to you. And sometimes when that echo comes back, whether that be in a situation, whether that be a thought, whether or not that be a relationship with another person or something that you said, sometimes when that comes back, it feels a little overwhelming. All of a sudden you have too many irons in the fire, so to speak. And especially if you're an Aries person. Leo and Sagittarian get into that too, but Leos are the doers that get things done, and Sagittarius is more the communication people. They usually have too many irons in the communication fire. Like they have too many emails going or text messages, and their burnout is that Sagittarian burnout is that they don't want to talk to anyone, even though they started 20 conversations. But if you're an Aries, what it is you like to start projects, and sometimes you don't always finish them. And don't feel bad. I'm a Libra Cancer person, and that's all cardinal, and I do the exact same thing, just in an air and water way. I start a million projects, and I have a million, unfinished projects. But sorry, I'm rambling, but the long story short is that you might be burning yourself out a little bit. Either that, or today, or in the next couple of days, you're feeling that burnout, and you're particularly feeling it in a mental way. Like what I'm getting is I'm getting that you're, and again, I'm getting a real strong 9 of Swords. If you study tarot or watch my channel, I'm getting a 9 of Swords. Like you're up at night worrying about what action you need to take, right? Because you're an action-taking person. And again, all the events that are occurring, it's like a whirlwind, and it has you very, very stressed out, right? It has you almost panicking a little bit. And that's anxiety. I'm seeing straight up anxiety. And if you've watched the Pokemon movie, I'm seeing that poor little duck running along going, Psyduck! You know, like your head's about to explode, right? Your head's about to explode. And for the record, Aries, the part of the body for Aries is head. So I'm getting a very strong Aries vibe. You could be another fire sign, but I'm getting a very strong Aries vibe. So the solution, or something that I think the universe wants you to keep in mind, is that you might be taking a lot of, you might be listening to music and feeling calmer. Either that, or maybe you're singing in the car, or singing in the shower, or just singing, you know, singing to yourself, humming to yourself. You might be drumming with your hands, but I'm getting this strong vibe that the valve, the pressure valve is music, right? The pressure valve is music, and it's calming you down, right? It's calming you down. It's getting you out of your head. I also am kind of getting a vibe as if you might have some kind of big problems going on, but have you ever found the solution? Like sometimes you're thinking about something that's going on in your life, and then all of a sudden you turn on the radio and the song lyric just gives you a really insightful perspective. Like there's this lyric that talks about feeling or thought or some human emotion that just makes so much sense. It's almost like a message from above. I really get the feeling like the universe is telling you, if you are feeling that kind of pressure, go ahead and turn on the radio, or turn on your, you know, put your headphones on if you can, if you're not at work. Put the headset on and go ahead and sing along. The other thing is that singing or dancing, but I'm mostly getting a singing vibe. Singing along or humming along really lowers your stress level. It's so proven that even just for a few seconds, even for 30 seconds, really just kind of forgetting about your worries and getting into music really helps, you know, it alleviates a lot of pressure. It reduces the cortisol. Don't let the cortisol rule your life. But that's the energy today, guys. Definitely, you know, take care of it, and you know, if you need a break, do whatever calming activities. But I do think music is really as an advised one. It's one that would really help you. All right, guys, that was fantastic. I had such a fun time doing that, and I'd like to thank my coworker. Thank you, Dee, for letting me borrow your erasers. They turned out perfect. I will give them back tomorrow. Yeah, I'll give them back. I promise. I'll look for them online because I got a real kick. Again, you don't see erasers anymore. That reminds me of my third grade. if that tells you, if that puts a timestamp on me. But just to reiterate, I do have the giveaway if you are interested in the bag. And again, it's made by me with a sewing machine. It's fully lined. It's got like a teal lining. It's got yellow ribbon straps. It holds the playing cards very perfectly. Like the playing cards, if you have a big stack, and if you have more cards at home, I think it would really hold anywhere from 70 to 100 cards. But you would just go ahead and put it in and tie it closed. And along with it, you do get the two package. You get the sun and moon and the sun and moon burning shadows, and completely sealed. You know, what I will do is all you have to do to leave a comment. You do not have to be a subscriber. I would be very honored if you'd like to subscribe. But go ahead and just leave a comment, leave a happy emoji, nothing too scandalous. And by doing so, you've entered. In about a week or so, once we've had more than 2 or 3 entries, I will go ahead and reply to the winner and give you my email address, and go ahead and contact me, and I will send this right out to you. But I hope you guys had a good day. I really got a kick out of that. And I'll be back on Saturday with the weekly energy card readings. And again, I hope to catch you later. See you then. Bye.